Jason Lee Podcast.
Welcome to an all-new episode of the Jason Lee Podcast. Oh my God, it feels so good to be back. I don't apologize for the episode where I said that I was not happy to be at work because I watched it and laughed hysterically because I really wasn't happy to be at work, but I am happy to be here today. And again, breaking the fourth wall. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, by the way, when we're filming this. The other one was 9 o'clock at night. My life right now is literally just like two balls juggling in the air. I'm happy to be back to work. Life is really about balance. I pray that everybody out there watching is finding balance. And thank you so much for showing up. Listen, I don't care if we get 20,000 views or 20 million. We love every single person that watches this show. And on the other show and all the other content. And just if you're watching and supporting, great. All right. I'm wearing a nice designer piece. It's one of my favorite. It feels like pajamas. It's not on the Jason Lee store, but the Jason Lee store is open. Go check that out. Yeah, I'm selling not all my clothes, but I'm selling a lot of the stuff that I wore because I can't wear it more than once. If I wear it more than once, people forget I have a wash machine or is it washing machine, right?
Mm-hmm. Washing machine.
I don't think any of that stuff went into a washing machine ever.
No, but that's not the point, Rob.
You know what?
Shade.
It's still clean.
It's still getting cleaned. But you know, this whole it was weird because I was living in this era where I had to have all the jewelry and then, you know, I got to have all the designer. You can't wear the designer more than once. I don't know what subscription that is, but I have canceled that subscription. I am wearing things more than once. I'm mix matching. I'm figuring things out. We spent like 40 grand building out a closet.
Mm-hmm. I'm buying one of the pieces off of there. I'm going to buy one.
Are you? You might even get an extended discount.
Oh, let's see about
There
that.
is one piece. Okay, now my birthday party, I'm going to show you the photo right here. My birthday party outfit alone. And I had two outfits. This was like a waste of money. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
This Balenciaga leather tuxedo or whatever, this leather
Blazer.
suit. It was gorgeous. 10 grand.
On the jacket alone?
The outfit. 5 grand top, 5 grand on the bottom.
Oh.
Right?
That's crazy.
That was the outfit I wore for probably an hour before I then switched into another outfit, which I'll show you here, that cost 5 grand. So my birthday outfits cost 15 grand. Now, you know I'm from little old Stockton, California. District 6 barely had government cheese and a Pop-Tart for breakfast. You went and bought 15,000. It's his fault.
No, don't blame me.
Because I slept on his couch for 2 years poor, dreaming up my dreams, and he let me recklessly spend. Him, me, and Andrew swiped that credit card like, I don't know what, like a fast pass in New Jersey. Well, either way, those days are over. We are cutting corners at this point, all right? Because I need to be a little bit more financially responsible. But we had the best year ever last year as a company. And although we haven't got our new valuation, I mean, if we go through the process, I think we're at a $65 million valuation. So I'm going to give myself a round of applause. But every year, it's like Christmas. You end with money and then you start broke. Every year is horrible with advertising. We launched a new program allowing people all over the world to come and work for Hollywood Unlocked. So you'll get more details. You can go over to my Instagram and check it out. Okay, let's just get straight to it because people, although it is early here, it is late wherever you are, and you just want the tea with Jason Lee. You know what? We posted this on Hollywood Unlocked and it pissed me off. This man, and it's a black man. You know, y'all don't be wanting to call us black because we a little fair, but we come in all shades. A black man was wrongly accused at his home. Now, this man is in Ohio because this white woman is there too. A white woman in Ohio recently went viral after she confronted her black neighbor, Mike Jenkins. Now, you know he black with a last name named Jenkins. Everybody you know on your phone, if you just type in Jenkins, go down right now. They're all black. If you have a white Jenkins, they married a black man. Well, anyway, Mike Jenkins, who's a real estate developer living in an affluent neighborhood, which means
Their money on.
it's so unfair that you get all the
smoke.
You get all the smoke.
All
but
the strays, all the smoke.
You're a
the
resident
strays.
Caucasian, okay?
Okay.
Well, the woman identified as Michelle Bishop was seen on surveillance questioning whether he genuinely lived in his own home. Now, Michelle was out jogging with her 2 young kids and felt uneasy as a car crept up on them. How does a car creep up on you? Can a car creep up on you?
A Tesla can. You don't hear him coming. Tesla
But you
can.
see a big ass car
you see
coming.
'em.
Anyway, she darted towards the nearest house, which turned out to be Mike's own home. And when Mike arrived and introduced himself as the homeowner, Michelle just couldn't believe it. Don't believe me? Take a look.
Knock on the doorbell. Ring doorbell. We need you. What's going on?
Do you live here?
Yeah.
You do?
Papa.
I don't believe that.
What?
I don't believe that.
So what are you doing here?
Rory, come on. Rory, come on.
Hey.
Did someone come here?
That was my wife. Somebody chased her up here. And she had kids.
Who chased her?
She said somebody in a silver truck.
Gray truck, and he came
So
around the corner,
I don't
and
know if you guys have a
I was
reading.
in the street, and so I come up, and I just have my kids, and so I'm like gonna pretend that I'm coming home, and so I pull up and I start walking to your back gate, and he stops here and he goes, "Are you looking for someone?" And I said, "Nope," and then he sat here, and I was like, "I need to get in."
Well, that's my husband. That's why he lives here. Yeah. He lives here. So he came in and he said there's a lady screaming, and I'm like, that's.
She got all worried that some.
Scared the crap out of me.
How?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
How did he scare you though?
I just seen her in the driveway and I was like, are you looking for somebody? Because I was pulling up out
And I
home.
saw someone walking in our driveway too, and I'm like, why is someone walking in our driveway?
Well, I'm
Well, there
sorry.
we got it. All right, sorry.
What?
I don't.
She said that someone was following her. So you were walking from there?
You came this way, didn't you?
No, I came down this street right here.
Yeah.
And I was riding slow because I'm looking at our Christmas lights.
Well, you just have to understand my point of view. Being by myself with 2 kids, I just saw a car coming, and so I was like, oh, it scared me, and so I just pulled up here, and I kept thinking, this could be his house. But you didn't say, this is my home. You just said, are you looking? And I was like,
I did. When you was on the porch, you asked me, did I live here? I said, yeah.
And you said, no, you don't.
And you said, I don't think you do.
It was obviously you could tell that I was really caught off guard.
Like, I'm pulling in my, it's like I'm pulling in my house. Like, this is not, this neighborhood is probably one of the best neighborhoods in Ohio. You don't have to worry about stuff like that.
Well, I'm very sorry. I really hope that you're not upset with me.
Come on, baby, go in the house. Let's go.
You told me that I didn't. You said you didn't think I lived here.
It was the way that you were talking. I was so caught off guard. I'm so sorry.
You know what's crazy? Sometimes I forget we live in a racist world. I mean, as a black man who is mixed with black and white, but strongly identifies with my black side because that's what people had growing up. They just saw me as a person of color. And then growing into being a black man, being told I wasn't black enough. That's the shit that the slavery people taught y'all. I find it really embarrassing as an American that we still get these experiences. This whole black man and his whole black family living in a whole black black house has to go outside and actually, in a very weird way, make this white woman feel comfortable with her racist behavior. Like, I'm sorry, I think being unapologetically black sometimes comes off a little bit too strong for people, but I would have been very unapologetic in that situation. Bitch, I mean, sorry. I'm a vice mayor. You on my property. The way she snatched her baby and ran down the street makes you think about what happened when Emmett Till was alive, because that is Emmett Tillish behavior, right? Where you literally were putting this man in a position where somebody walking by could have overreacted because you were afraid for your life. What about us scares you? Because when I look at what's happening in the White House right now, when I look at how they just disrespected that president from Ukraine in front of the whole world, how we've allowed our country to just portray the worst in terms of humanity, let alone with the deportations of race and all the stuff that's embedded in all these policy decisions. Who are we? And for those of you who are like me at 47 years old, you start going, well, I could have left the country a long time ago. Because there is peace in other parts of the world, by the way. South Africa, I'm sure. I mean, there's problems everywhere. But this is just insane. When you see this as a white woman,
You know what?
who's very, very close to the culture and dialed in a very organic, non-trying to be down way, when you look at this, what do you think about?
Okay, I feel a lot of emotions. It's very weird because, like you said, I forget it's like a very racist country, very racist world. Being in LA and Chicago, you still see, you know, racism here. But in Ohio, you forget like the more rural states, it's like real, real bad. So this is so crazy and fucked up. But I love how he handled himself. Like, because if that was me and this lady's like, no, you don't live here, I would be like, bitch, what the fuck? I would be cussing at her, pull my gun out, if I had a gun, like, bitch, get off my property.
I told you she close to the culture. Because you know that's what I would have did too.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you? That's so offensive. But he was so calm. Like how you respond was so loving. And then the dog came out, the kid came out, the wife came out. He had a whole family on the porch, like very respectful. And I feel like that's even more embarrassing to the white lady of like, oh shit, you guys are.
And you're doing this in front of children. Kids don't even know how to process all these things. Right. You know, I was in a meeting yesterday back home in Stockton, meeting with a group of people about some of the violence in the community. And this guy said, because there was a 17-year-old that got murdered by a 13-year-old across the street, and the kid used to live across the street from them, and the kid coming home now, who used to play with the kid, like he's not there. So he goes, why did that happen? Like kids are trying to process the craziness in this world. So here you are in your house eating some Honey Nut Cheerios, watching your favorite cartoon or something with your family, and then this happens. Mm-hmm. Crazy, right?
It's crazy. And to your point earlier about Emmett Till, like also the Tulsa circumstance where they burned out Black Wall Street was sparked because a white woman was in an elevator with a black person and felt threatened, and then they burned down and bombed an entire community of black people. Like this fear of black people is so crazy, and they act like it still doesn't exist. And that's why everybody was so up in arms when Tom Hanks did that skit on SNL, like about being afraid of a black person trying to shake his hand. But it's the reality we exist in.
We know people don't want to acknowledge reality though. Mm-hmm. And that's even in like being the vice mayor, because at first it was in a weird way I felt uncomfortable being called vice mayor. For real, when not when we joke about it, but because we be joking like I'm the vice mayor, but I really am the vice mayor. But I would go in meetings and one guy called me, "Hey, buddy," I said, "No, you refer to me as the vice mayor because I spent $439,500 to get to office. Mm-hmm. You're gonna respect me." And I think didn't I ask you? I asked somebody like, should I make them call me vice mayor? But that goes back to we have earned the rights to be respected. And then when we earn responsibility or when we earn our place at the table, our seat at the table, you have to give us that respect. Mm-hmm. I may get a lot of hits when I say, look, I ain't waiting for 40 acres in the middle to go get mine, because we live in a country that we built and often told, go back to your country. What other country? I don't know no other country. But we're not given the respect. We're not given the opportunity. And then don't even get into DEI. But it's these things right here, it's these moments right here that thankfully there are cameras catching these instances so we can share them that remind us of where we came from and where we still are in many ways. I don't feel threatened by white people. I don't feel threatened by whiteness. I'm more angry at the validation of whiteness that some of you have. And I don't have that. Well, anyway, after receiving so much backlash, Michelle went live on Facebook for 30 minutes. 30 minutes of things that we didn't need to hear, but anyway, she did, and denied being a racist because she just was in her feelings. She broke down in white tears and apologized.
Followed 20 minutes home, and my car was broken into when I was at the store. And when I was a little girl, we had a man banging on our door and helicopters hovering over our home. So, did I overreact? Yeah, maybe a little bit. But I showed up at the door and I said that I was sorry 2 times. People are going as far as saying they're not genuine apologies that I'm out to get them for whatever reason that is. I don't know how it could be twisted that way when I literally thought he was a white man. So I knew it wasn't going to stop there, but the Facebook page stuff was deleted. Not me ever asking for any of it to be deleted. I made a public apology to them through the video to a whole Facebook page of almost 500 residents in our neighborhood. And then I posted in the comments multiple times when people were just saying, like, disgusting and just tearing down our family's name. I once again came on and I said, if there's ever an opportunity to reconcile, like, I will. I'm so sorry I could have ever offended you. And so I've absolutely apologized multiple times. It's not been accepted.
Well, at least he got more than Emmett Till did. But nah, because I think those tears is just you having to acknowledge your fear of blackness and black people. It's guilt. Those are tears out of guilt. That's not tears out of like doing something really, really bad. That was really more about gaslighting us to feel sorry for you. Because when I do something bad, I go, you know what, y'all? Damn, I fucked up. I have thought a lot about this, and this is what I did wrong, and here's what I learned, and here's what I hope all of you watching learn with me, because it would be more of that. That was all about poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me. Nah. And even though all this is past, we right back on your ass. Where you at? Karen? Catherine? What's her name? Michelle?
Michelle.
See, we forgot about you like that other. Do your thing, TikTok. Anyway, shout out to you. But looking at him, you know who I'm thinking about? Where is Sean King?
You know what? That's a great question.
Right? I mean, I know he got banned with the guys and stuff, but don't he look like Sean King a little bit?
Yeah,
Let me find out Sean King that came back, got some dreads. Anyway, bye. Here we go. Good old pastor. Let me tell y'all something. Some of y'all pastors out here, I talked yesterday at a community event, and there was a pastor sitting there. Shout out, hey, Pastor Trina. I love Pastor Trina. She's actually one of our good pastors in the community. But, you know, some of you pastors are full of shit. And I said in the meeting that some of the pastors have ran some of these kids away from the church. We need to figure out how to bring these kids back. But Pastor Trina is one of those I look forward to working with. Well, this pastor, I don't know if I want to work with him because he's going off on pregnant people. Now, we all know that the Bible says, the good Bible, and I don't know where it is. I just have heard this somewhere. So forgive me for not being one of you Bible thumpers. Rob, click in. What are you worried about, Michelle?
No, I'm listening to you.
Oh, you look like you disappeared. He probably over here wondering if his dog is pissed all over the floor because, you know, he can't leave it nowhere with that weak-ass bladder for longer than 2 hours. I bought him a dog thinking I was doing something nice. I come in, he carrying it like a damn baby. Speaking of carrying it like a baby, this pastor done went and condemned a pregnant woman. Okay, and if the pastor came over here to bless us with the word, he'd be condemning Rob because he walking around holding a baby too. It's just a dog. Well, are you against having children out of wedlock? Sorry, I know I just offended most of my audience because they all got them. Listen, a pastor in Hampton, Virginia recently went viral after being accused of making a young woman apologize to the congregation for getting pregnant without being married. You don't believe me? Just watch.
Praise the Lord, saints.
Stand right in front of the congregation. Yeah, right in front of you. Don't touch that table.
I want to apologize to everybody in here because I am pregnant. I'm sorry, y'all. And I just hope that y'all all forgive me and keep on praying for me.
They say, as soon as you repent, then you never wait later to repent.
That was so. Let me back up. I want to go to heaven at some point. Not right now. Not right now. But at some point, I want to go to heaven. And I have a lot I want to say. But let me first start by saying that I love God. I love God. I've listened to gospel music all the way through my bath today, all the way here. I'm going to listen to it on the way home. I pray. I'm going to write in my journal after therapy, and I'm going to talk about God. I have a book called God Must Have Forgotten About Me, which talks about my faith and how he didn't. I'm writing my next book, who talks a lot about my faith. Was God a judgment? Is God a judgmental God?
Not mine.
Because they don't want, gays is going to hell, trans is going to hell, women who have kids is going to. Some of you pastors who riding around with Bentleys and Range Rovers with all the souped up shit because you done took all the tithing to fill your pockets are going to hell too. Since when did God say that make your congregation come up and stand before, make somebody in your congregation come and stand before the whole church and beg for forgiveness? Ain't you supposed to ask God for forgiveness?
Like, yeah, I don't think shaming someone into like repenting is helpful. It seems like it's going to cause long-term trauma. Like, you're not doing anything that's benefiting this child. Like, that's crazy.
They already knew he was about to go in on her because they zoomed right in. You saw the camera go right in on the pastor when he was ripping her up. That's so crazy.
I mean, listen, if the pastor... I have to tell y'all something that happened today. I'm not going to bring on the show because I am a vice mayor. And I'm sorry, I know you all are going to be mad and say, Jason, but we want to know. Because I learned today that I'm thanking God for being sober and in therapy and not out in these streets. Because, baby, when I tell you this vessel, the vessel that the Lord created to give you entertainment, has been ran through in a way that I found out today I didn't even know. Anyway.
Ran through.
Oh, not like that, because, you know, I'm on top of things. Anyhow, but back to the pastor. When I think about my own life and the things that God knows I did, I ain't about to stand in front of no church and explain anything, because what I would have done if they would have said, well, first of all, I can't get pregnant because that's that. But if I was her and they would have said, you know, Jacina, can you get up there and apologize to the congregation for being pregnant? I would have said, yes, sir, no problem, pastor. And I'd have got up there and I'd have said, first of all, giving honor to God, the congregation, all of my friends. This want me to come up here and tell y'all I'm pregnant. Him. I would have dropped the biggest bomb and walked right about the church. Because who are you? Most of you crusty ass pastors. No, God just told me don't do it. I'm a vice mayor. I'm gonna just leave it alone.
Just reached down in your mouth and stopped you.
Literally as the words, because I had a word. Hold on, let me see. Lord, cut it. No. I ain't gonna do it. But because I'm not gonna do it because I am a vice mayor and there are people watching. But what I will say is this. I really feel like the church needs to get to a place where it embraces the fact that we are flawed people. We are flawed. A lot of us are born into sin. I was born into sin. He was not. She probably was not, right? Were you? Was your parents married?
Yeah,
your parents. But his mom is a Bible thumper. She out there with the homeless right now, praising the blood of Jesus. Was your parents were married? Mm-hmm. Okay, well they're better than me. So what? No. I turned out pretty decent, but a lot of people were not born into wedlock or whatever. And you know what? We are still worthy. We are still valuable. That woman is still valuable. That baby could be the next Barack Obama. You don't know where somebody's future is going to be. And I think the thing that he did is the reason why a lot of people run away from the church. Now, would you ever do this to your child or advise another parent to do this? I personally would not put my child on display to be embarrassed. Would you? I mean, is this something you would do?
No, I wouldn't allow the church to do that to my child either. And to your point earlier, like one of my favorite scriptures is judge not that ye be not judged, for with which judgment you judge, ye shall be judged.
First of all, you rehearsed that for today's show.
I didn't even know that.
20 years I've known you, you ain't never walked around and said that.
It's one of my favorites though, because I've always felt like being who we are, we get a lot of eyeballs on us in judgment. And I'm saying to that pastor, like, what have you done in your past that you should be standing in front of that congregation apologizing for? Because she's not the only person who has made a mistake or has skeletons in the closet. I'm sure he does too. So you stand up there too and you air out everything that you have done.
The skeleton in his closet could be called Bruce.
Exactly.
Because you never know. How many of you Catholic priests out there molesting little kids? Every time I turn around, y'all getting sued. This one getting sued. This bishop getting sued. This one, da-da-da-da. We all got a bone. A literal bone, not like, you know. But I'm just saying we all got a bone. Now, I think a better way to teach people lessons is maybe you tell a story from the Bible. Maybe you explain, something that makes people think and not necessarily feel judged. And let's be honest, I looked at the pastor, it was a little grainy and a little distant. He looks like he's 192 years old. the old school way of thinking is not the new way of thinking. And look, the Bible was like a guide. It's not a in my opinion, it's a guide. I don't even want to say what it is because y'all gonna be in the comments saying, Jason, you don't even know. I don't read the Bible the way y'all read the Bible. And some of y'all only read it to find out how other people are living wrong or to make you feel justified about how you choose to live. Somebody said in the Bible, it says it's against the rules to masturbate. It's a sin to masturbate. Well, I read that scripture differently.
You interpreted it differently.
My interpretation of it, it was a little different. I'll let you fight it out in the comments. Bye, Pastor. Well, now I'm going to judge you for this one. I'm going to go ahead and just totally go against everything I said because you should be brought in front of the congregation for this. This man slept with his girlfriend's mom. Now, please make some sense out of this. And I pray for everything that we are not, that this is a white person problem, not a black person problem. But I'm sure because of where it was broadcasted, it was a black person problem. On a recent episode of Angela Yee's radio show, Way Up, hey, Angela, she and rapper Mano spoke with a man who called into the show and revealed that he's been sleeping with his girlfriend's mom whenever his girl goes to work. I'm definitely going to go to hell because I'm going to tell a story. But anyway, listen.
When my girlfriend be going to work, I'll be slipping in her mom's room and hitting her.
Why would you hit her mother, though?
No judgment.
She came on to me first.
Yeah, but her mother, though?
So you guys live with her mom?
Yeah.
Why would you be living
you said no.
Yeah, I'm not judging you, but why? I'm saying, but why a grown man living with his girl mother?
It's no judgment.
That's not judgment. It's a question,
it's a question?
my dog.
Okay.
Why would you be living with your girl mother, though? Just be honest.
I just got out of prison.
Oh, okay. Well, now that makes sense.
Then okay, I got it. How long you been home?
3 months.
3 months. I know all about that. But okay, cool. So we gonna give you a grace
pass on that,
a grace period. But now you humping on your lady's mother.
Do you think you love the mom?
I kind of do. I'm gonna be honest with you. Her daughter kind of messed up in the head. Mom do know to take care of a man.
You met the daughter while you was in prison?
No, I knew her before.
You must live in one of them towns where like they got
you need to be on Love After Lockup. Yeah, I know that. I know you like that show.
Nah, he live in one of them towns. They got the whole family. Just got low self-esteem. And he just knock off the whole crib.
So you said the mom takes care of you?
No, man, no, you're not going to do Columbus, Ohio like that.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, let me tell you what was happening in the room. So Mano was just trying to get straight to the heart of how fucked up it was, but Angela wanted to drag out how fucked up it was. Because she was trying to shut Mano down by saying, Mano, this is a no judgment zone, because she wanted this fool to keep sounding foolish. So let me understand. You were a homeless sexual, straight out of prison with nowhere to live. She let you move in with her mom. So when she went to work because you can't get a job because you're a felon, sorry, you then go and knock off the mom. It's so good for like a Zeus Network show, but it's so wrong. Is this wrong?
It's disgusting.
It's gross. And the girl has no idea. That's disgusting.
But then why
you're
would you
double dipping in my mom and me? What?
But why would you go on a show where now you're on Hollywood Unlocked, you're on the Jason Lee podcast, you're on Way Up with Angela, you're all over iHeartRadio, all over the country, and like you're gonna end up back in prison because you're gonna be back on the streets. Anyway, I can understand that some parents may be jealous with their kids. Like, what if Kris Jenner was looking at Travis Barker one day, like, do your thing, TikTok. Would we be mad if Kris Jenner slept with one of her kids?
Yes.
Why? Don't they all live in a cesspool of sex?
Well, isn't that what they were on Diddy and Christian Combs for?
Why would you put Diddy in the conversation?
Because that's a real celebrity that was with his
They say it was Saweetie, right? Who was it?
Lori.
Lori Harvey?
Yeah, Lori Harvey.
Hey, Lori.
But
we're not going to... I love Lori.
Me too, but that's what...
Lori will never come on our show, by the way, because I think she's just terrified. I saw her at one of the Super Bowl parties. I saw her at, I think, Serena's Super Bowl party a couple years ago, and she was like, hi. She's always nice to me, by the way. Lori, we love you, Lori. But Lori ain't never coming over here, because it's too... people are just... Why terrified. Are people so terrified of our show? Anyway, gagging. Back to this mess. What'd you say?
Gagging.
Where's it at? Gagging. Why was gagging a lot?
It was a lot.
It was, huh? I'm this close to going back. Oh, yeah. Johnny, did I not call you and say, do we have the gagging set? Let's do it again?
But can the vice mayor gag like that?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God.
They know who they elected. So I'm going to tell a story right now, and this was my pre-vice mayor days, and I live in my truth because I can't sit here and judge and not tell my own story. So one of my friends that I lived with at the time, years ago, slept with somebody that I really, really liked, that I was talking to. That was like, no, you didn't. So I slept with their son. Son was grown.
What?
Son was grown. Son was an adult. Son was 24. I was like in my 30s. Sure did.
And then what happened? Did the guy find out?
No.
And still doesn't?
No.
Now they know.
All right. Bye. We don't know where Angelina Jolie is, but she's somewhere happy that she's not being scammed by Brad Pitt. Not that he would, but this fake Brad Pitt did. There's a 53-year-old French woman thought she was the luckiest woman alive after truly believing that she was in a committed relationship with 61-year-old. He's 61? Sheesh. Anyway, actor Brad Pitt. Now, she later learned her fairy tale relationship turned out to be a sham, leading to heartbreak and empty pockets. According to French broadcast network JLP75, the woman, an interior decorator who goes by the name of Anne, received a message on Facebook from the scammer back in 2023. Well, the scammer first posed as Brad Pitt's mom. There's a lot of moms in the news today. Let me show you a photo of Anne. This is a beautiful girl, right? She looks, this is definitely an after and before reverse, right? Poor thing, whole face looked distraught. Well, later Anne received a text from someone claiming to be Brad Pitt himself, and that's when things started to get real messy. Not only was Anne reportedly married to a millionaire at the time of the scam, but the scammer also asked her to marry him, leading her to divorce her millionaire husband. This is Screaming Mental Health Month. Like, how? You were already with a millionaire, and you thought that this Thelma and Louise penis was coming to rescue you, girl? The scammer was also able to convince the woman to send $9,000 so he could send her gifts through customs. Brad Pitt ain't asking you for $9,000. Then again, he did go through that divorce with Angelina, and she probably thought he was broke. Now, over time, the scammer reportedly ended up raking in $850,000.
Crazy.
I'm going to give the scammer their flowers. Because all the years I be sitting up plotting on what I can scam to get some money. Not that I would break the law, but if there was a way to, is finessing the bad? Finessing ain't scamming.
I mean, this is...
Finessing ain't scamming. I'm going to finesse $850,000. Anyway, the person Brad Pitt, the fake Brad Pitt, was claiming that it was to help with cancer treatment. He was able to convince this woman with an AI-generated image and videos of Brad Pitt in a hospital bed. And there's even a photo of AI Brad Pitt holding up a sign that reads, "Anne, I love you." Look.
You know what? I seen it all.
The woman fell for it, and she sent nearly all the money she received from her divorce settlement. The divorce that she got into because she thought she was in love with Brad Pitt, who was dying of cancer. Now, a spokesperson for Brad Pitt has since reacted and said this: "It is awful that scammers take advantage of the strong bond between fans and celebrities, but this is an important reminder not to respond to unsolicited online outreach, especially from actors who have no social media presence." Sad. You were in a relationship with a millionaire. You thought you fell in love with Brad Pitt. Then you filed for divorce, then found out Brad Pitt had cancer. So you gave him all your money to find out you lost it all. Do you jump off of a building, or what is the recovery from something like that?
There is no recovery. But to me, I'm sorry, she's dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, you deserve that. At that point, you deserve it. But it was probably her husband's money, but still, like, that just makes no sense. Like, you can look up online, you can look up scams, like, you can just look up Brad Pitt's Instagram. Like, he's not in no damn hospital, he's on red carpet.
And he don't need your money to get through his
That's what I'm saying.
treatments.
Like, what?
He's Brad Pitt.
Or those other stories, people even just talking to celebrities, like, oh, Chris Brown is talking to me, like on the cat.
Chris Brown unblocked us. Let's not even bring his name up. We trying to get him on the show. Hey, Chris. Hi, Chris.
But yeah, how do people still fall for that? I don't get it. I don't get it.
I'm gonna be the Will Smith AI generated version and reach out to somebody.
Oh, I thought you were going to slap some sense into this woman.
I'm going to reach out to somebody who's married to a millionaire and say I'm Will Smith.
Well, you think you look like Aaron Pierre. Maybe you could just be him.
That was AI saying that he was my
First of all, don't blame AI for that delusion. Either way, I think this is really sad. I feel really bad for you, but then again, I really don't because, rich people problems. There's nobody that can finesse me out of money. Anytime I've ever done anything generous for people, it's because I just want to do it. I will say I am learning to be less generous though, because I don't have to pay for everything all the time. No. And I've paid for a lot of things, a lot of time, but this is different now. Brad, I think you should give her $850,000 just because you can't. Just because he can.
No.
He can give it to her. He can host a fundraiser for her. He can launch a GoFundMe account. He could do something to help this woman.
She can call her ex-husband and see if he'll take her back. That's what she should do.
Nah, her jawline don't look like the head game was good enough for that.
Oh, my God.
No, because if the sex was good, you'll take somebody back. Let me think. Yeah. Anyway, this is sad. And you know what happens? This happens to old people too. A lot. People get scammed. They actually tried to scam us. People will send you links. This is another thing I want y'all to, hopefully and I'm going to switch the topics real quick. Take this off. Goodbye, Brad. And girl who lost her mind. People will scam you by send you emails that you click on the links. I had somebody in the team or me had clicked on a link. Do you know they went and took lots of money out the bank account? Well, we got the money back, but there was a period where we were going through some crazy things. You know that, right?
Yeah, and I get emails all the time.
Me too.
From you, from everybody who is on payroll, and it'll be like, hey, can you please change my direct deposit account to this?
No, and they send it in our names?
Yep, they send it from an email that says it says Jason Lee or Marina Parrish.
I be getting stuff like, oh my God, looking to do this deal with you. Click this. No, I ain't clicking nothing. Okay. All right. Well, listen, I have a question. Can you be friends with ex's ex? Okay. Let's start by saying that a lot of these topics are for straight people. Gay people, I don't really know what our boundaries are at this point anymore because they and them be doing a lot. Also, side note, have you noticed since Trump's been in office, we've heard less they and them. We've heard less about trans.
Well, he made an executive order to remove it. Pronouns are no longer
remove it from the federal government, not from life.
Not from these streets over here.
Could you see yourself becoming friends with your ex's ex? We recently saw G Herbo's two baby mamas, Ari Fletcher and Taina Williams, piece things up. And they've not only gone clubbing together with Herbo, drinking and twerking on each other, but they've also appeared on Ari's YouTube cooking series together, joking around and revealing to us how they got to this place of growth and understanding. Now, the two women talked about their issues with each other, and Taina also doubled down on not being a homewrecker, claiming she got with Herbo after he and Ari split. However, she did admit it was within a year of Herbo and Ari welcoming their son. Now, here's a snippet of what they talked about and the things that went down. Look.
Put your hands on my son. No, bitch. My heart broke. Everybody finna feel this shit.
Yeah,
like, I'm fucked up. We all finna be fucked up. Like, ain't no happy home, bitch.
Not.
You had sex with a girl before? Never. You want to?
But that didn't have nothing to do with me. So why you not mad at him?
Put anything in there, because this bitch might be trying to pull a fast on me and poison me.
She ruined my birthday, my image.
Oh, I ruined your image?
On the Ari's parties and whatnot.
Girl, I invite that man to that party. I think you cool.
Thank you. That's nice.
But just know. Did you think that I have something of you that I could post? I was like, take that post down from my son right now. So what is your current relationship status? You don't want me to have your number?
You have my number.
I got your number.
Could you get there?
Look, if I'm just dating a guy and it's his ex-girlfriend, then they have no kids or whatever, no. I'm not being friends with your ex. Also, why are you friends with your ex? Because she's just there. But I feel like the difference here is that they both have children, so I feel like they have to make it work and they have to wrap it up in a bow. So I feel like that's the change.
I have no issues. I don't have issues with my exes. I don't care. I'm not a jealous person. I don't own anybody, so I can be friends. Y'all can be friends. I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
Well, in my last relationship, which has been probably 10 years ago. It's been that long that I was in a relationship. That person wanted me to be friends with their new person. No, for what? First of all, we could have a good relationship, which I do have a good relationship with most of my exes, just one that I haven't seen since the day we broke up. I don't know if they're even alive anymore and honestly don't care. But I don't want to be friends with anybody, really, except for my friends. Like, and then the new people that I bring on, they all know, like, unless you've been there as long as Rob and Lee and yes, even Lee and Calvin, I mean, I don't know if you can survive because I'm quick to cut somebody off and move on because people nowadays really just don't know where their intentions are. But like, I don't want to be friends with your ex. What are we going to sit around and talk about? We're going to sit around and talk about, I mean, first of all, I don't want to be the ex you're friends with, and I don't want to be friends with your ex. What are we going to sit around and talk about? How good things used to be, what things could have been? No, we're not doing none of that. Right. And then when my last ex wanted me to be friends with their current person, why? What are we going to have in common besides you? And you're never going to be the topic for me, ever. Well, I recently unfollowed one of my exes, not for anything other than I was just tired of seeing them posting, and we're still friendly, but we don't got to be in each other's social media life, right?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's no shade. It's just like, you're happy, I'm happy. You're healthy, I'm healthy. You're in a relationship, I'm not. I'm working, I'm building, you're doing your thing. I want the best for you. I just don't want you on my timeline, and I don't want to be friendly with your person. Like, I'm not coming to the wedding. Now, one of my exes, who is my best friend, Calvin, did invite me to his wedding, and I did not go. Not for anything other than I just feel like it would be weird to have your ex at your wedding, no?
No.
Yes, it would.
No, because you guys are friends now. You guys are good friends. So I don't think.
But are you friends with his husband?
No.
Okay, so then that
was their moment.
That's
like, I know you want me to be there for you. I'll go to your bachelor party.
Yeah.
I didn't go to that either. But I mean,
You know.
because I don't want to be around your other friends. Like, I don't. Those aren't my friends. I don't know. I would. Yeah, no. I don't want to.
No, because like inviting your ex to your wedding.
So my wedding's gonna have, if I ever do get married, which probably won't. If I do get,
So don't say that.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I honestly, the other day I said I absolutely have to just embrace that. We're gonna be single forever, Rob. We don't want to.
Not you dragging Rob down
I think
too.
we need to be. I think I have just said the other day, as much as I've tried, I am done trying. I'm done. And if it comes, it comes. But like, I'm done because, one, I don't have time right now. This is the first time in my whole life I really legitimately, do I have time?
No.
I have no time. What?
Can I say, well, somebody got you together, and I think if you take their advice.
Who got me together? Go ahead, say it. I don't care.
Dr. Bryant.
Oh, well, that episode's not out yet.
Exactly.
I don't know if she got me together. Not my baseline. But you know, the truth is that I think with anything, anyway, no, I can't be friends with no exes. I'm happy that they have found happiness. I'm happy that they have found peace because remember, she didn't want her near her kid. That he was caught in the middle of it, and it was a mess. So I'm glad that they figured it all out. Now get them off the screen so I can get into my own shit real quick. No, I think that right now, I do have to stop dating the type of people that I have dated, right? But there's a lot of excitement in that. But yeah, I'm over it. I'm over it, at least for now, because I just got too much on my plate where my mind literally hurts because it's either the lush life of Hollywood Unlocked or the homelessness and struggle and crime of Stockton. Like, it's this world I'm juggling right now. Like, my mind is so overwhelmed right now that I don't even have time to think about it. Well, that's it. Yeah, I think if you're an X means X out. Just this is what it means right here. Hold on, where's it at? X, just X out. Just leave it, let it go. Move on. Anyway, that's all we have for you today. You can follow us everywhere that Hollywood Unlocked streams, and the Jason Lee Show and the Jason Lee Podcast. Do you have any last words? Anything?
No. Have a blessed day.
Rob's going to boxing class. He thinks he's Floyd Mayweather.
I'm going to spar. It's my first sparring session.
He's going to get beat up. Bye.
The Jason Lee Podcast.